A lot of people writing me, very controversial, very disturbed about this whole My Little Pony thing. Now,
I am like obsessed now with finding out who these people are and putting them behind bars or something.
I'm imagining that most people heard it on the air the other day. Wolfie, the great Wolfie, went over and interviewed some people at a My Little Pony convention. Now, this was
Bronies.
The Bronies. This was very shocking to a lot of people because when you think of My Little Pony, the cartoon, you know, you think of the wholesomeness. And,
sweet little girls sitting around watching.
And we found out
playing with their ponies.
Over 4,000 people showed up to My Little Pony convention, the Bronies. And it turned out that we seem to have found an inordinate amount of guys who jerk off to My Little Pony stuff.
Cloppers.
And they talk about sweet little pony ass. And they're in love with the ponies. Now,
and I saw some of, you know, like somebody sent a link to some of the porn.
Yeah, I saw some of it.
How do you make My Little Pony porn?
It's like weird. It's like a horse. It's like those little pony horses, but they've got a vagina.
And breasts.
And breasts. There are guys jerking off to My Little Pony. Now, I've got to tell you that it is the most unbelievable thing what transpired since we did that. There must be a website that indicated that we were talking about this because I've gotten an avalanche of email from people who say they love. How dare I paint the picture that the My Little Pony community. Can you imagine? My Little Pony.
There's a community.
Yeah, that we're all wholesome people. There's only a small amount of people who are cloppers who are jerking off to My Little Pony.
Are you kidding me?
And they're angry because we're presenting them in the wrong light. Now, look.
Look, you shouldn't be into My Little Pony, period.
Right.
If you're over, like, 8.
Well, everyone's point is they're ruining it for everyone else, which, in a way, can't be that bad. Here is some pony porn for you, Robin.
Oh, jeez.
There you go. All right, there it is. Sal and Richard put that together.
Oh, God.
You know, I think if anything ever is going to take us down and make the terrorists hate us, it's the Bronies.
Yeah, this is an indication that we have a decadent society.
That's right. There's some guy with a turban hiding in a cave in Pakistan going, the Americans are into My Little Pony. To fuck a horse? This is crazy. The My Little Pony theme is this.
My little pony, my little pony, isn't the world a lovely place?
No.
My little pony, everywhere you go, a smiling face.
What
They're
is it, Gary?
demented, those smiling faces.
In fact, Robin, there's a song about you. It's called My Little Boner.
My little boner gets real stiff when Robin speaks. My little boner, I'm lubing it up with Crisco grease.
Yes.
I got a letter from the representatives of BronyCon basically telling me that there's a process for press. There's a badging process, that we bypass that process.
How do we know?
Oh, so now we're illegal.
That next year we can fill out the application, but that if we do show up without a badge, we'll be asked to leave.
Well, let me just say something. First of all, if
we're hoping there won't be a next year.
If we had asked to cover the My Little Pony convention, I think we never would have been in there. I think what Wolfie did was uncover something very, very mind-blowing.
How else are you supposed to get this information?
That's right. The mainstream press is ignoring the whole Brony controversy.
We're like 60 Minutes.
Who applies for a badge? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, excuse me. Could I have a badge? Like, who would even think to apply for a badge?
Is NBC calling?
There are 4,000 nudniks getting together who are going to sit and celebrate My Little Pony. By the way, Steve Brandano went to Comic-Con, and I saw there was a guy dressed up as My Little Pony.
That's right.
So somebody said they were there.
Yeah. Jason Raff, who is an executive producer of America's Got Talent, I'm sitting there in my dressing room. He walks in and he goes, listen, I was listening to the show the other day with this My Little Pony. He goes, I watch this show with my little kids. It's like, it's not that I like My Little Pony, but I watch it with them because it's the wholesome thing that we like to do together.
Sure.
He says, now I can't even do that anymore. He says he's so disturbed, and he's even more disturbed that we're kids at the My Little Pony convention with the Bronies and the.
I think there are some parents and kids who are genuine fans mixed in.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
But I think that if the Bronies go away, that convention goes away.
Well, all these conventions are wild. I mean, I've been fascinated with Comic-Con for a long time. Steve was there, Steve Brandano, who does the Intern show, and he did a couple of interviews, and they're really wild. And then I'll get right to the celebrity impressions. But here's Steve at Comic-Con.
Can you tell me what you're dressed as?
I'm dressed as an Akatsuki from Naruto Shippuden. One of the...
Now, by the way, let me back up here. I told you the other day about Comic-Con. There's two types that show up. There's one type that insists on dressing like, Khaleesi or somebody who's a very well-known character.
Yeah.
There's another type of Comic-Con that goes there, and they want to be the most obscure character ever. The more obscure, the more they feel they are entitled to be a Comic-Con.
Yeah, they're the super fans because they even know secondary, tertiary characters.
They're the cool nerds. Like, oh, yeah, of course everyone knows Khaleesi.
Right.
Meanwhile, if there wasn't 150 Khaleesi's at Comic-Con, according to Gary... And the move, most of the girls who go to Comic-Con are fat. They don't look like Adrian Curry, who wore a shitty costume this year. Like, didn't even dress sexy. But that's another story. Most of the girls who show up as Khaleesi are like at least 75 pounds overweight. And the move is they know they have big tits from being fat, so they show their boobs, and the nerds do go wild for them.
Even if it's a Batgirl costume, it's a Batgirl costume where their tits are coming out. A lot of Wonder Women with big tits coming out. Well,
that's their selling.
But they show the belly, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. There were more Khaleesi's with bellies hanging over their belts than you could ever imagine at Comic-Con. So anyway, this is a prime example of a guy who thinks he's like the top geek on the planet because he's some character you'll never even figure out what he's talking about.
Can you tell me what you're dressed as?
I'm dressed as an Akatsuki from Naruto Shippuden. One of the villains that their missions are for catching mostly the 9 Jinchurikis, the chakra that's spilled as a host for the characters.
Whoa.
How old is he? He's an adult.
He's not a kid.
No.
And the main character of Naruto, hosts of the 9 Tails Jinchuriki. So technically that's what we are. Our mission is to get the Jinchurikis, to get them of their... Because they have, like, very strong chakra energy, and we need them to use their power to, like, take over the world and stuff like that.
Steve, these guys can't possibly have jobs. I mean, like, if your boss hears you talking like that, you're fucked.
I think this guy was, like, 17 or 18,
so
he's still in that weird, in between.
Before unemployment.
I like, too, when he goes, like, our whole mission is, like he's in the game. What is that, a game?
We need their power.
What is a Najarkity?
Yeah. On this one, I'm with you. I have no idea what this kid was talking about.
Because this could be a video game.
I know. I think it's an anime, a Japanese animation thing.
Right.
But this one, I'm lost on.
Do you think he thinks he's like the king of the dipshits because he knows this and no one else does?
Yeah.
And
Yes,
do other dudes come up to him and go, "Whoa, that's so cool! I don't even know this character."
I didn't see it if that happens. But you're right. I mean, it's like the look how I'm proud to be the guy that is under the radar.
And they have no self-awareness. Like they don't understand that this is just never going to work out for them.
That is true.
But there's a whole convention for them.
In school, even if I was into this, I'd be embarrassed because I know I'd get thrown in a locker and I wouldn't get out for 3 days.
But you also would be alone.
Yeah.
But they're safe here.
Right. Yeah,
this is their Halloween. It's all every day.
It's Christmas.
Right. Can you tell me?
So the cool thing for him is to be unrecognizable as a character, really.
Right, and have people come up and say, "Who are you?"
I think, who's this Katana and Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat?
Can you tell me who you're dressed as?
I'm Katana from Mortal Kombat.
Sub-Zero.
What's that?
Sub-Zero.
He's in a mask.
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, Roden. I'm Sub-Zero.
And why did you guys choose to dress as these characters? Do they mean something special to you?
This is my favorite Mortal Kombat character.
What about you?
Well, of course, Katana is just a badass, so that's why.
What did that dude with the mask say?
Sub-Zero is his favorite character in Mortal Kombat.
Sub-Zero is his favorite Kombat hero. What is this for?
How are you guys holding up in the masks? Does it get does it get gross under there at all? Tough to breathe, or how's it going?
I think mine is okay. It's a little tough to breathe a little bit, but I think his is worse. His is heavy plastic, so.
Yeah, he died 3 weeks ago.
The mask is okay. The problem is the outfit needs a lot of customization. I really appreciate the cosplay costumes that are custom done.
Would you ever have enough time in your life to customize your own outfit?
Customize an outfit, a superhero
Yeah, I really don't get
costume.
this. When I was a young man, all I could think about is how I'm going to make a career. This is a huge waste of time.
I talked to a guy. It didn't really work to pull the clips, but his wife and kid didn't know, and he was like a marketing account guy, and his wife and kids don't know about it. He works at night in his bathroom on his costume.
I got that guy. You did pull that.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, he's great. Wait, I think this is him. Hold on.
Aquabat.
The guy who, the guy who hides his Aquabat costume from the kids and his wife. This guy's actually married. I mean,
that's hysterical.
Real job, like
real job. Wait, listen to this guy.
Like 30 something. So tell me what you are dressed as.
I'm an Aquabat.
Please explain.
The Aquabats, they've been a band around for about 20 years now.
This is his own character, right?
No, it's I think it's a Nickelodeon thing. It's a kids show,
right?
Where they're musicians, but they dress as superheroes and sing songs and
stuff. Right,
because
he said it's a band.
And
what a freak!
Just like the My Little Pony people, this guy will claim that it's for kids, but it's got a lot of stuff that adults really like.
Right.
I'm from Orange County. They dress as superheroes. They're from another planet.
Does your family know that you dress up at Comic-Con, and what do they think about that?
No, I mean, I bought the hat and the helmet 6 months ago. I made the belt, and I have it hidden. I keep it underneath the dresser. I have to lift the dresser up, and then I stash it underneath the dresser, and that's where it's been sitting for the last.
He's hiding his dumb shit from his kids and his wife.
But guess what?
What?
That shows some sign of normalcy.
Right.
Belt and everything, and I have to work on the belt like in the bathroom with the door closed. And the other day I was in there for a long time finishing up the belt for Comic-Con, kind of waiting until the last minute, and then my wife and daughter were making fun, like, what were you doing in the bathroom so long? And
I'm taking a shit.
They thought I was having a difficult time, but I'm like, yeah, my stomach doesn't feel too well. I think it was something I ate.
I just shit out a belt.
So I'm kind of feeling guilty, kind of telling these little white lies to cover up my geekness, I guess you say. It's a good way of putting it.
When you went to Comic-Con, Steve, did you go through the badge process, or did you do what we did at the Bronies and not go? Did you sidestep that?
No, I went through the correct process.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Look at you.
He got a badge to get into Comic-Con, but he did not get a press badge, so he did sidestep it.
So you were there in a very, very surreptitious way.
Sure.
You're like a villain. There'll be costumes of you next year.
That's right. There's the guy who snuck in without proper press credentials to interview Comic-Con people. I like that you have to get a proper press pass for the Brony convention. Sorry, freedom of the press. We're undercover, dude. We're there to we're undercover working.
We're your 60 Minutes.
I dig the guy with the mask.
Sub-Zero?
Yeah, I'm Sub-Zero. This is Katana. Yeah, we're characters. We're on a mission to save the planet.
Mortal Kombat?
It's pretty hard under here. Yeah, it's about $5,000 worth of costuming. A custom-made costume, yeah.
You gotta be really fucked up. Yeah.
Can I tell you one other weird thing that goes on there that I would not buy into? That everybody.
Would you be depressed if your kids, like, instead of like getting a good job, like, wouldn't you devote all your energy to getting a job?
Well, say my kid had a job.
Yeah.
But on weekends he did this instead of. I'd still be freaked out. Like, I'd be like, go do something fun, but I guess it's fun for people.
I think I'd rather my kid be into petty crime than this.
Exactly.
You know what? Last night on America's Got Talent,
right?
In the initial phases when the juggler showed up,
yeah,
you said when you started juggling, your parents should have taken those things away from you.
Yeah, I thought I'd see.
And what the guy said was he saw people in the park.
Yeah.
Juggling or someplace juggling, and that turned him on, and that's when he started juggling. I thought to myself, oh, so immediately you identified with people who waste their time.
Right. I was like, you got to kill that spirit in a kid if he starts picking up on juggling. That's what I said to him.
Yeah.
No,
I said, listen, your parents should have stopped you immediately. Giving you a guitar.
So there's one weird thing that goes on at Comic-Con, and I would not buy into it.
Yeah.
So you don't call it Comic-Con. It's the con. So you would say, is this your first con? And I say no, and then they go, how's your con going? And I'm like, oh,
wow. And there's a whole lingo developing. Yeah, right. There's a whole world developing around Comic-Con. How's your con? You know what? I'm going to kick your ass right now. Teach you a fucking lesson. I'm just here because I have to work.
Hey, this is my 17th con.
Yeah, good. And you know what? That's an embarrassment.
Right.
It's your 17th con.
But when they say, how's your con going?
Yeah.
I feel weird even answering.
Con.
Well, how did your con
I use
go?
con. I have to
Did
admit.
you?
Yeah.
Like you like using it.
It's how's your con? What am I getting? How's San Diego Comic-Con going for you?
No,
How's Comic-Con
Sure,
going?
it's
How'd you
con.
say, how's your fucking day? What happened to that? It's good they call it a con because it is a con. They con you.
being conned.
They con you out of your money for a worthless event.
Hey, forget about the event.
Right.
I have to say, Comic-Con has the loyalest fans I've ever seen.
Of course.
And every one of the vendors has a special edition Comic-Con only comic
For that
book
year.
button,
I still
T-shirt.
say Comic-Con has been corrupted when the cast of Glee is there. Do you agree, Steve?
Yes, absolutely.
There was even
Every TV show now.
There was even complaints, Breaking Bad was there. That's a great show.
Yeah, but what are they doing?
Right.
It's not about comics. It's
No.
not about sci-fi.
At least
It
there's some
shouldn't be there.
science in Breaking Bad.
Well, Walking Dead at least is a comic book.
Yeah. Walking Dead, by the way, is they're like the kings of comic.
Yes.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
Biggest thing.
They're
I love
like
it.
Led Zeppelin of Comic-Con.
How big a Walking Dead fan are you? Did you watch? Did you watch the black and white pilot that they aired the other night?
Yes, I was upset that they. I thought when they released it on DVD, they would give you all the episodes in black and white because
Right.
this is nerdy, but the comic is a black and white comic.
Of course.
So it would be cool if they could stick with that for the TV show. But
Can we install a locker in here so I can throw Steve in it?
But Howard, it's so,
How was it? Was this the best con for you ever?
yeah,
we had a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was cool hanging.
What
with
did you
Gary.
go there particularly wanting to see, Steve?
Wait, to be honest, going to Comic-Con is the only time where I can go and know that I'm going to get into like cool parties with celebrities and stuff like that. So that's
Yeah.
a big reason for me going out to
Let's get
Comic-Con.
back
But what
to-
were you excited to go
I was
be
excited to
around?
see Hobbit stuff. The
Let's
Hobbits.
get the
coming out.
Hobbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You
that
look
I'm
like a
excited
hobbit.
for.
All right, let me.
Those are your people.
Not the first person to tell me that.
Let's get back to Comic-Con.
All right, hey man, tell me what you're dressed as.
I'm actually dressed as a medieval Viking from approximately 1100. This is part of a group called the Society for Creative Anachronism.
What?
Where is he? Society of Creative. Oh,
He's dressed as a full knight. I mean, a full like Game of Thrones.
can we have
thing.
Howard Con where we put Bobo in a booth and you check out his toupee?
Or people can come dressed. Who are you? Oh, I'm Bobo.
I'm Bobo. Oh, yeah, hey, you're like the 50th Bobo I've seen today.
Right, so who would be the weirdest character you could be for the show that like so deep in? Like, would you come dressed as like?
Well, you mean if you want to be really geeky?
Like what was it? Remember we had the
Steve the intern.
No, Vic
Bo the lesbian.
No, Vic the intern. Remember Vic the stuttering intern?
Oh, how about if you come as Smelly James?
Exactly.
To Howard Con. Like, that's cool, right? Remember Smelly James?
So James was an intern, summer of '87.
I'm dressed as Smelly James.
Really? What's your character about?
Well, if you remember, Smelly James was an intern in the 80s.
Oh, that's right. What did he do?
Excuse me, I'm dressed as the intern who streaked.
What was that guy?
Zach.
That's it. Come as Zach.
Zach the streaking
Who are
intern.
you?
I'm Zach, the streaking intern. If you remember, Howard was in the middle of the show, and a guy just streaked into his, that's me.
Well, that's no costume. He's naked.
No, but my mask.
Like is Gay Rich too well known?
Yeah, if you want to get real, how about you come as to Howard Con dressed as Andre Gardner?
Who's Andre Gardner?
You remember Andre? Andre sat on the button, the button that edited
Oh my
us.
God!
Andre was like
yes.
the music director.
And he was a Beatle fanatic.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Andre Gardner, the music director.
Oh, hey, is this your first Howard Con?
Yeah. Who are you? I'm Richie Herbie.
You're Richie Herbie.
That's right.
I was the engineer.
No.
Thank you.
I'm Eli. I'm Richie's assistant.
I'm Eli, Richie Herbie's assistant.
Who are you?
I'm Andy Bloom's mother.
No,
I'm Andre Gardner.
really?
No. I mean, I'm really Andre Gardner. I'm actually Andre. Don't you guys recognize
This
me?
is not a mask.
Oh, I thought you were at Comic-Con. I thought you were wearing a mask. But who could you come to Howard Con as? Like, I want the obscure, like, what about Sussy? He'd be good.
Sussy would be good.
Who are you?
I'm Sussy, the lighting guy who left to go bike around the country.
And got lost.
Yeah,
We
right.
don't know where you are.
Who are you?
I'm Vinny Favale.
But you're black.
I'm Black Vinny Favale.
It doesn't matter when you're a superhero.
There is a black Vinny Favale.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
No. He told the story. His father had another Vinny, or something. He had a family member in Italy who was black.
Yeah, I'm Black Vinny Favale. That's what I said.
Who are you?
I'm the guy Howard saved from jumping off the bridge.
Oh, yeah, what's your name?
I don't even know.
I don't remember my name.
Yeah, that's me.
Because I keep trying to think of the two people who scammed us that time. Remember when we put these fake people on the air at K-Rock?
Yeah.
For what?
Who were they? It was the time when we were wondering whether we were going to stay there or leave.
How's this one?
I'm Madonna's sister.
Right. But we
Gary put Madonna's sister on?
But remember the fake show where for an hour these two people were on the air pretending that they had taken over?
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. How's this one? Who are you?
Hey, this is my first Howard Con. I'm George Flowers.
Too recent.
You need to lose weight.
No.
How about
I'm Tom Gisamondo.
That's obscure.
I'm Robert Radzinski.
I'm Tom Gisamondo's wife.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm Luis the board op at K-Rock.
We got to have Howard Con.
What was the helicopter people? We should have
I'm
them.
Ross Frank.
No, Donna Fiducia, Ross
Donna
Frank.
Fiducia.
Jane Dornacker.
You could get creative and like go with Sal's pouch or something like that, you know.
Well, let's get back to the real Comic-Con, all right? We're fantasizing too much about Howard Con.
We do fight in this.
All right, this is the guy who... What is he again?
It's basically like they do recreation, almost like a Civil War recreation, but he's a Viking.
But it's not a recreation. They actually fight.
Right.
Is this his own character, or is it a real character?
It's just a knight. Like, it's not a character.
Okay.
And he's from...
All right, hey, man, tell me what you're dressed as.
I'm actually dressed as a medieval Viking from approximately 1100. This is part of a group called the Society for Creative Anachronism. Like, we do fight.
We should all join and ruin the groove.
This, but it has to reach certain safety facets before we're allowed to fight in it.
Do you personally fight at all?
I do. All these marks are from being hit. Everything on here is from being hit.
So what's the deal? What do you use? Like a sword and stuff?
We obviously do not use real swords. That is extremely dangerous.
Of course.
We use a type of dense bamboo called rattan. It is the facsimile of being hit with a baseball bat.
This guy must be the head geek at Comic-Con.
No.
He's way... I mean, look at what he's into.
They actually get together and fight.
They beat each other with pieces of bamboo.
It's a reenactment, I guess.
Yeah, but still. But they get injured.
Yeah.
They're tough guys.
They're hitting for real.
Yeah.
How much money do you think you spent on your armor?
This, I've lost track, but it's probably at least $4,000 or $5,000.
Wow. How old are you?
I'm 27.
What's the worst thing have you seen any bad injuries? I know you're not using real swords, but still.
You can still get quite a few of very sports-related type injuries. Like you can throw your knee out, you can tear an ACL. Wow. I've seen people get concussion.
Imagine when you go to like the emergency room and they go, "Well, how'd you do this?"
Well, they got to get you out of your armor.
Yeah,
medieval battle.
That's a half hour getting. We have battles from the 1100s. You know what? I'm just going to put your head is clearly injured.
I've never seen anybody come in armor.
By the way, the list is coming in for obscure characters you could be at Howard Con. Slow Adam.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Johnny Mudman. Okay. Neil Berliner. That was Rappin' Granny's manager.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or you could be the manager of the Jesus Twins. Or you could come as Dan the Song Parody Man's ponytail.
Which got cut off yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
What?
Had a big meeting. Dan the Song Parody Man was here, and he cut off his ponytail.
In the meeting?
No. That would have been good.
Oh, so he just got it cut off and came in without it, and you discovered it.
What if he comes as Ed Torian? That's a good
one. Nice one.
With a giant guy dressed as a lie detector.
Heat stress. No one is actually...
Right, so that's this guy.
Just be Ed Torian's lie detector. That's what you
Here's somebody else.
All right, can you explain to me what you're dressed as?
I'm a kilted stormtrooper.
Now,
who is he?
He's a kilted stormtrooper. So he's a stormtrooper
in a kilt.
Black black and wearing a kilt. Yeah.
So he has a stormtrooper's outfit with a kilt on.
Yes.
He explains
Star
why.
Wars mythology. Is there ever a point where stormtroopers wear kilts?
There is not. Where the origin of this came from is within the 501st Legion, which I'm a member of.
At what point when you go to Comic-Con do you get into your costume? Do you do it outside the...
No, you leave the hotel. You walk over. Believe me, I've seen people... First of all, they take over all of San Diego. So I was staying at a hotel probably 8 blocks away.
Yeah.
As soon as you step out of the hotel, you bump into Batgirl And, you know,
so
Darth
they're
Vader.
walking around like this.
Oh, sure, yeah. And even when they're done, when they go out to party, in fact, Steve and I went to Nobu.
Yeah.
I took Steve to Nobu, right?
Right.
I've never been to Nobu before.
So he turns around to me and he goes, you know what's really weird? He goes, the food's really good. He goes, but I thought this was an exclusive place. We look over, there was a table with Batman, Green Hornet. Everyone was in their costumes.
You're kidding? I mean, like Nobu's
Green Hornet was at Nobu?
Part of the appeal of Nobu is like you can't get in.
No, they all
should never have allowed that.
But for Comic-Con, you have to, or you won't get any business.
I don't care. I mean, Nobu's got to
shut down for that week.
Yeah, exactly.
He was so freaked out. We were looking at Batman was sitting at Nobu eating.
What did he order?
I don't know.
There are those of us that have the Irish and Scottish heritage that decided we wanted to wear our kilts and show our heritage. And so we picked a...
Because the dude's Irish, he decided to fuck up his stormtrooper outfit
He's
with a kilt.
in a special little group that are all Scottish and Irish, and they decided that they're going to wear kilts with their stormtrooper
They all had the same idea. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, more ideas are floating in for Howard Con. Captain Dennis.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a good one. You go as Captain Dennis, Robin's assistant. Who also
You
drives.
could do a million Robin's assistants.
Right. You could come as every Robin assistant.
I would like to come as the assistant that disappeared we never heard from.
Right.
How about Dale Parsons?
How about Buzz Bazansky?
Ah, that's way deep.
Oh.
Yeah. NBC days. How about Dr. Sal Calabro? You come with him with two big titty girls.
Well, there's tons of porn stars you could be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I went ahead and planned out
I love these guys. I'm getting late in the show.
Yeah,
so.
we got to do the contest.
Yeah.
We'll finish these. There's more.
I got to take a nap. I'm doing AGT again tonight.
That's
I'm
right.
tired, man. I'm operating on 5 hours right now.